Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. We're here at Anthony Rubio show. I'm interviewing one of the models, one of the dogs, right?
Yes,
Introduce yourself.
this is Bling. Hi, I'm Bling's mom, Lori, and this is Bling.
He looks like a little teddy bear.
He does look like a little teddy bear.
So cute. Now, how many times have you shown your pet in Anthony's show?
Probably about 8 times now, some in LA, some in New York. I live in New York, so mostly New York.
It's a little more difficult flying out to LA, but it's equally beautiful, I'm sure.
Yes, and we're always happy to make the effort because once we get there, it's certainly worth it.
This is one of the pieces that's going to be shown in the collection.
Yes.
Can you explain to my audience a little bit about this?
This outfit, he put so much effort into this with the detail, with the fabric. You can see the rhinestone enclosure here, the snap. We have tons of outfits. We have about 20 to 30 outfits all over our house, and I keep them displayed as art, honestly.
So beautiful, so beautiful. Does he have his own Instagram page?
He does.
What's the Instagram?
His Instagram is milk, M-I-L-K, Pom, P-O-M, star. That's because his brother was the one who got us started in this, and his brother actually passed away. He was a model also for Anthony Rubio, but we kept the Instagram for the memory and the spirit. So.
What about you? Can we follow you?
You can, but I'm not too exciting on Instagram. Although I do exciting things, but I'm
What's
Lori
your-
Silber.
Spell it.
L-A-U-R-I-E, and my last name is Silber, S-I-L-B-E-R.
V, like
Yes,
boy.
B as in boy, exactly.
Fabulous. Let's do an air kiss.
Oh, let's do it. Mwah. Mwah. What fun.
And we'll be back with more interviews coming up, darlings, right here at Art Heart Fashion. Pink champagne kisses. Welcome back, darlings. We're here at Art Heart Fashion for the Anthony Rubio show. Introduce yourself to the camera.
Hi, I'm Karen, and this is Sunglass Cat.
The first cat in a fashion show, right?
Yes, actually, she made history last year being the first cat ever to run the walkway New York Fashion Week.
What made you to decide to put your cat in New York Fashion Week?
Well, some of the dog parents asked me if I wanted to be a part of it in LA, so I decided, Anthony reached out to us after that, and I said absolutely, because she's so unique, she's super chill, so she can handle it, and she always wears clothes, so I figured why not? Let's give her a try. Let's go step with the species discrimination and realize that cats can basically do anything a dog can.
Certainly can. A cat can do anything a dog can do. Now, explain the ensemble to me.
So she wears her sunglasses because she was born without eyelids. So she can't, yes. So they're fashionable and functionality, but medically necessary. She can't develop tears. So if something was to get in her eye, it would scratch her cornea. And over a period of time, she'd end up going blind from her cornea being ruined.
The outfit that she's wearing, explain that to me.
Oh, this is Anthony Rubio's design. He's an amazing designer. So he told me what the gown color was going to be. So then what I do is I get a pair of her sunglasses and I bling them out to match the outfit.
Just beautiful.
Thank you.
Can we follow her on him? It's a him or a her?
Her.
Her. Can we follow her on Instagram?
Oh, please do. It's Sunglass Cat, and she is verified.
Sunglass Cat.
Yeah.
C-A-T, right?
Yep.
And what about you? Can we follow you on Instagram?
You can, but I'm not really on it that much. I think it's McKitty, M-C-K-I-T-T-Y, and underneath this is Karen and Friends. I need to post more.
You need to post more. Let's do an air kiss, dog.
Mwah.
We'll be back with more interviews. Keep watching Pink Champagne Kisses. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and in just a moment I will be interviewing Anthony Rubio right before the show at his Fashion Week show at New York Fashion Week, right here at Art Heart Fashion. Keep watching, darlings. More interviews coming up. Big champagne kisses. Welcome, Anthony, darling. We're in my pink kitchen, as you can see behind, and we're in your office.
Yes.
And it's all about your New York Fashion Week show, which I was so thrilled to go to. It was one of the best shows of the whole season.
Oh, thank you.
I really enjoyed that show. I think it was the best you've ever done. The best show you have ever done. And I thank you so much for doing this little interview with me today, because as you know, my phone crapped out on me.
Technical difficulties, which happen.
Technical difficulties, which we just had just now. But, you know, but we're here, we're good. Everybody looks terrific. The lighting is good. You look very handsome. You're wearing red. I'm wearing red with leopard, you know. Of course, it's different from what I was wearing the day that I saw you. And I do have some video of it, of us kissing and talking, which I'm going to include in this as well.
Okay.
But let's get into the fashion show. It was beautiful. It was exciting. It was thrilling. It was glamorous. The clothes were gorgeous. Darling, tell my audience what the inspiration for this season, what that was all about.
It was a celebration of life, part 2, because that was the last show also. But this one was a more relaxed version. It's a more formal version because everybody does this streetwear thing, and everybody does this,
I hate it.
It's okay. I have no problem with it, but I'm trying to revive the sense of getting dressed for occasions. And when the pandemic came, everybody got into having to stay home, wearing casual clothing, wearing sweatpants, and then that look carried on. And I find it so lackluster and so unflavored. You know what I mean? I'm a Latino, so I like my color. I like the verve and glitter of things, the glitz of things. So I wanted to bring back the idea that people should get dressed to go out to dinner again. People should go out for cocktails. People should get dressed for events, not walk around in sneakers and jeans and sweatpants all the time.
I hate it. Look at me. I'm wearing lounge clothes, but look at me. I have a peignoir with feathers, and even when I'm in my house, I look glamorous.
And that's what I'm trying to bring that back. And so I wanted to do some kind of a nostalgic look as well. If you saw I created the look of the girls. I styled them with the hair, the tousled hair, just got out of bed look.
Like Bridget Bardot.
Yeah, it was very Bardot, Marlene Dietrich eyebrows. I had them erase the girls' eyebrows and put them in with pencil. I had them, and people were wondering, but what it is that I like to have a consistency, that it looks like we're telling the story of one woman or that one person, and what they look like when they do this, when they look like when they do that. And of course, we had the dogs and the cat.
And the cat, which is a very famous cat. That's the only cat that has ever walked in New York Fashion Week. Or I shouldn't say walked, or been held.
Yeah, but I made that happen. And there were a lot of newbies on the runway of the canines as well. We had a competitor for Westminster, the big hound-looking dog, which is called a porcelain. It's a very rare breed. And he's only like a year and a few months old, and he had to go and kiss everybody, which was fun to see.
Adorable.
A big dog, but he was going around, like, nosing around, and everybody had a good time, and it was a very festive show. We also designed the backgrounds and the music. That's all us. We pick everything, because Eric is a great producer, but when it's my show, I create the designs for the background, I create the look for the models, and I pretty much command everything. And I'm blessed to have, because they say it takes a village, and it's very true. My name is there, my face is there, but they're following my directives. But it's a family that I have of people who make things happen the way they do. The makeup people know me for years, and when I sent them the pictures of what I wanted, they were like, "Wow, that's going to be a lot of work." And so they never got back to me about the hair. They said, "We could do the makeup, but we're not sure about the hair." And when I got there, they surprised me. They had bought this whole tray of all these hair pieces to create the look, and so they went into
Oh my
construction.
God,
Yes,
really?
it
It
was
was that, so
fabulous. It
those were
was
a
so
lot of hair
fabulous.
pieces teased and
It
intertwined
was
within the
teased with
own
pieces
hair.
inside to lift it. It's not that simple. And
Well, that's
it's
what Marie Antoinette did. They had a lot of hair pieces piled on top
yes,
of.
exactly. And the whole thing is that, it's to make it look effortless, but it takes a lot of effort to make that look.
It
And
sure does. It sure does.
and
Now, I noticed you used a lot of sequins. Mostly, I think every gown was sequins.
yes. With there was a lot of sequin work, a lot of bead work as well, and some precious stones and some pieces, mostly for the dogs, because even the
Uh,
dogs get the glimmer and the glitz.
of
And
course, darling.
yes,
And what do
and
you always say? The the pet couture is the
the
fashion, and
right,
the
the canine
ladies are
couture.
the accessories.
Yes. The pets are the models, and the human models are the escorts, and it just becomes this big, wonderful celebration of life. And
Tell my audience how many pieces we saw in the whole collection,
in this collection we
females and the
had,
dogs.
including the dogs, it was 42,
42 pieces.
which I
Beautiful.
personally handmade. I did everything myself. Okay,
Wow.
I don't put it in the hands of seamstresses or people, because that's my joy. It's my artwork. So it takes a couple of months, but I sit here and I devise what I'm going to do. I design it. My partner calls it, I'm the architect of fashion, because he sees what I do from scratch, and I'm always trying to elevate or evolve from the last show. And so I was very sketchy about this one. I was like, I hope I could pull this off. And then all I heard from everybody afterwards, the response that I've been getting is like, you just elevate constantly. You just take it to the next level. So
It's
that's what I want.
the best show that you've done thus far. Now, I noticed though that the pet couture, and I did talk to you about this at the event, at the show, that it's different from what the models are wearing. Tell my
Oh,
audience
yes.
the reason for that.
That was done on purpose this time, because I started realizing something. They call it matchy matchy. When the owner and the dog, it's cute for certain things. For day wear, it's cute. But my thing was that this is a celebration. This is for formal pictures. This is something a little bit more elevated. And I was like, so why do I want the animals to be wearing the same fabrics that the humans, that it ends up looking like it's remnants or leftovers? I wanted them to have their individual looks, and I wanted them to look as opulent as the human beings. So I created the pieces. I went shopping specifically for the garments that match the personalities of those animals. Okay. So when I went and I saw, I was just having dinner with the people that flew in from New Mexico with their dog, one of the Pomeranians. And the Pomeranian was wearing a black with a blue garment that was very blown up. And it was inspired by Yves Saint Laurent 1980s. And I knew that I wanted to do that for that dog. When I saw the fabric, I was like, this is for Daffodil. And I created the look just
That's
for
the
her.
dog's name,
That's the dog's
Daffodil.
name, Daffodil.
Cute,
And I
cute.
usually dress her in bright and lighter colors and matchy matchy. But this time I said, I want her to have her own individual look. And can I tell you, that dog smiles when we put her in front of the camera. First of all, she was excited when she saw the dress. They love to come to me. They all, they know who the designer is. So they come and kissy all over me, and they don't want to leave my arms. And when I dress them up, it's like,
Animals
you get to
know.
see them.
They're animals have sense, and they're psychic, and they know who's good and they know who's
Absolutely.
bad. If a dog growls at someone, there's a reason why they're growling at that person.
Absolutely. And I've handled all kinds of animals, from crocodiles to snakes, you name it, I've handled it. I did an expo in Canada where they put some weird lizard that was gigantic into my hands, and I'm like, oh great, now I'm going prehistoric. But I love
You weren't
animals.
afraid.
Yeah, I love animals, and the funny thing is that when they arrive with the owners, they get excited. They come running through the door to jump on my lap, and they know me already. So I dress them up and I make them look fine. And you can see the personalities on the runway when they're looking into the audience. They're really showing off, and they know what they're doing.
Fantastic. Anthony, I can't thank you enough for talking to me right here and doing this interview. I know it's a lot because you have a busy, busy schedule and you're always doing things and creating things. And I'm so glad that we sat down right here in my pink kitchen and your office to talk about fashion and New York Fashion Week. Tell my audience, where can we go to learn more information about your designs? What is the website?
My best advice is just Google my name, Anthony Rubio, but you can go directly to my webpage, anthonyrubiodesigns.com. And but if you Google me, you'll find everything else that I do, any of my fashion shows from the past, because I've been doing this now. This was, I think, my 18th show. They're all on
Unbelievable.
they're all on YouTube. And I'm right now getting ready to start with the next show, which should be next month in LA. So I'm
Fabulous.
nonstop.
Are you going to bring the same clothes or you have different
Oh
clothes that you're
no.
bringing?
I'm going to bring some stand-up pieces, but I've already picked out new textiles. They arrived, and I'm ready to start sewing again.
You are terrific. I love you.
Love you
I'm
too,
going
honey.
to
And you
throw
know that
you a
I
pink
always enjoy
champagne
seeing you.
kiss. Pink champagne kisses, and don't go away yet. We'll be talking right after I stop recording. Keep watching, darlings. More fashion coming up right here at Cognac's Corner Magazine. Pink champagne kisses. Keep watching, darlings. More interviews coming up. Pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. It's been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.